The wheels of time have changed course, redefining the cars of the future. By its capacity to bring about change, its ability to perform for a purpose, the level of comfort it offers you, and its impact on our environment. CNBC-TV18 Overdrive Awards 2009 this year, in accordance with the Green theme, celebrates technologies for the betterment of our future and the environment. With more than 8 years of global experience, this award comprises of a comprehensive and exhaustive methodology where experts choose the finest automobiles to become the benchmark for consumers, manufacturers and auto experts alike. Based on a wide range of categories, selected by the most revered veterans of the automobile industry and tested with most stringent measures to discern the superior from the very best. This year, as we declare the new symbol of excellence, we shall salute the spirit that has spearheaded the Green Drive, the passion that has led the innovation, and the commitment that has continued to deliver world-class products with utmost respect towards the environment. Join us as we honor the new benchmarks of 2009. ICICI Bank Car Loans present the CNBC-TV18 Overdrive Awards of 2009.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our guests of honors for this evening, Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev and Dr. Surajit Mitra, the Additional Secretary at the Department of Heavy Industries. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our privilege to welcome you all on this special night to the CNBC-TV18 Overdrive Awards 2009. The automotive industry in India is the 10th largest in the world, and since the beginning of this millennium, we've seen it grow and grow exponentially. We at CNBC-TV18 and Overdrive are honored to recognize its contribution to consumer and industrial dynamism in India. And tonight, we're here once again to acknowledge the men and the women who are the very wheels of this industry, Vivin.
Absolutely, Shireen. As we all know, 2008 has been a turbulent year with a surge in oil prices, the financial crisis, and the national tragedy of 26/11. But on the brighter side, we have also seen the unveiling of an automobile revolution called the Tata Nano, the indigenously developed Maruti Suzuki A-Star, and the groundbreaking Jaguar Land Rover deal. You know, Henry Ford once famously said, when everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this year we recognize those companies who have not only taken off against the wind, but those that have outclassed all others and excelled in the world's fastest growing automobile market, India. Shri.
That is right, Vivin. And for this opening address this evening, may I now call on stage President and Editorial Director of TV18 Media, Senthil Chengalvarayan.
These are difficult times. The only good news is that petrol, when it's available, has got cheaper this year. The better news, though, is that despite whether oil is cheap or not, it's very clear that industry has recognized that the future belongs to the green engine. We and ICICI Bank are celebrating that this evening with a man whose whole life has been a celebration of humanity, Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev.
Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev is a man who has dedicated his entire life to the cause of environment. A man who has the Guinness record for planting the most number of trees in a single day. He's a spiritual leader who believes that the journey is as important as the destination. Perhaps that's why he travels across the country, spreading the green message.
We are at a point in history when we are witnessing an unprecedented levels of human activity on this planet. It is not in me to say either to stop it or even to limit it. But a point has come where we have to refine it. The activity that we're performing on this planet has to be refined if we want to have a planet for ourselves and for the future generations. In the last 2.5 years, we have successfully made plantations up to 14 million trees which are not just planted, which are taken care of. So when it comes to automobile industry, as all of you know, about 12% of the carbon dioxide contribution is coming from the automobiles. What we see is a single mid-sized car adds about something like 4 to 4.8 tons of CO2 per year if it is driven 35 to 40,000 kilometers approximately. To offset this, if we plant 25 trees per year for 2 consecutive years, in about 6 to 7 years, this could be easily compensated. And this is not just about taking off the CO2 from the atmosphere, it also adds wealth generation to the community and to the nation. So where is the land? Who is going to do it? We have 130 million hectares of arid land in this country. We can turn this into a green forest in a matter of 6 to 7 years, if only if all of us have a resolve to make this happen. And I think automobile industry is a beautiful platform from which this can be launched.
Despite the trying times in the Indian economy at present, the automotive sector has surged its way ahead. ICICI Bank's Executive Director V. Vaidyanathan drew a hopeful picture for the future.
The auto industry has grown at about 14%. For the last 7 years, it has stretched compounded. And when we oftentimes, in these difficult economic conditions, wonder what the picture is looking like, the research reports very often still state that the car industry will grow by anywhere between 8 to 10% for the next 10 years. So if anything, we have to see how this period, whether 2 more quarters, 3 more quarters, how is it that we're going to ride through these few quarters? There is no doubt that in the last couple of quarters, things have been tough. To a good extent, the consumer confidence has got affected, probably because of the traumatized markets. And it would also be fair to say that the banking system too did get cautious, probably because of the general economic situation. Inflation looks like a boxed issue. You can kind of keep it aside. It's kind of taken care of. And interest rates, by all accounts and by all experts, seem to be tendered down. Things are going to look better, let me say, a quarter from now, which is when the banking system too will start easing out into the lending business quite significantly all over again.
Picking a definitive winner is not an easy task. Since the inception of these awards, CNBC-TV18 has adopted the most rigorous processes to ensure that they accurately reflect the sentiments of all stakeholders and heighten the standard of excellence. The jury for the CNBC-TV18 Overdrive Awards 2009 comprised of some of the biggest names in the auto industry.